In this video, I'm in Riga, the capital city of Latvia.
Hello, I'm Phil Ernest, and this is my 73rd country, Latvia.
Never lost Romer with Phil Ernest.
One of the cool center parts of Riga in the old town is this big old church here. Look at this. Also, the cool thing about this, there's an information booth down there in case you need the information. And this is where they really like to hang out and take pictures in front of this sign, Riga. This is Lido. This is really affordable, really cheap place here in Riga. If you want to get some good food, come here. It's like cafeteria food. You go by with your tray and pick out whatever you want, and they charge you for whatever items you get. And it's really affordable prices. Just check out the menu here and get all kinds of really good stuff. And it's also a chain. They have one in the center of town also, as well as in this old town area. Remembrance Memorial to the victims of the Soviet occupation from 1940 to 1991. They erected this structure right here. In 2021, Latvia has this little, it's basically a wall, and it has this sound coming out of it. Listen to this sound. It continuously is ringing right there. And in the back, let me show you the back of this wall. This is all it is, just a wall like this, and in the back they have these steps that are going up here. So this is really fascinating. Look, steps going on up, and then this little area here. So this is all in remembrance of those people that had to suffer under Soviet Union occupation in those years. From 1940 to 1991, they built this. Over there is that wall that they just built in 2021, but this Museum of Occupation of Latvia. And so they, in this museum here, talk a lot about that. They have posters here talking about when Riga was occupied in 1945 and 1949 under Russia. So this is also pretty moving, the museum that they put out here in this old town. Look at that. Remembrance of those lost who suffered and died for their country. Another interesting place to see here, showing the years of different things that happened. This is in the early years of 1940 when Russia first took over. Here they're saying Free Latvia, the national resistance group. So this is another look at that Museum of Occupation right here.
If you're enjoying this video and finding it informative, please give it a thumbs up. And if you would like to receive more of this informative content, please subscribe to the channel.
Right over here, another big old church. So no shortage of churches in Old Town. Okay, it is said that if you can touch this donkey, that's 25% luck. The dog, 50%, the kitty cat, 75%, and the chicken, 100%. I'm now going to try to jump up and see how high I can go. I'm aiming for the chicken. Let's see what I can do. One of my favorite things about these churches here are these nice big door entries. Look at that. Great big arch, the wooden door, carved in. Really adds to the charm of these churches. And again, these little tunnels as well. Coming out of this arch, check this building out here. This looks really neat. Over here, and then even more over here, adding to this old town charm of Riga. Visions of the Ghost. This is an eerie shot. This is what they call the ghost, this sculpture here. Look at that. Nicely done. And then when you walk here, look at this whole area. Just has that kind of a haunted look. This car was actually destroyed in this Ukraine war with Russia. Look at that. They're displaying it here in the museum. Look at an actual car that was just ripped apart to shreds. More of the things that make Old Town and the flavor of it so neat. Look at this Latvia flag right here waving. Another neat building in the Old Town area. Mary Magdalene's Church. St. Mary Magdalene has a church, and it's a pretty cool little intimate thing to see.
One of the first things you notice when you enter this church is its Baroque architecture style, with the mural painted high atop the altar. St. Mary's Roman Catholic Church was opened in 1290. As I pan the camera around, you can get a full appreciation of this church. But the most impressive thing about this church is that 2 popes have visited this church.
This is interesting. Well, there's not a lot of graffiti around Old Town. They do allow it for whatever reason on this alley here. People scribbling up, drawing, all kinds of writing. They even crossed out an American flag here. This is, I guess, what you would call graffiti alley, where all the amateurs get a chance to scribble and write whatever they want. But for the most part, Old Town's very clean, free of graffiti. Only place you'll see it is this little alley right here. This is pretty neat. Just beyond the graffiti alley, they have this little area here. Pretty cool with all the flags lined up. The medieval restaurant right here. More charm to this Riga. Look at the tram going by, and then the opera house. Look at this building, really pretty. Nice big opera house, and right across from it, all of these flowers. Big full flower garden. I'm really interested in this guy over here, like dancing off here, the silver man. Look at there, how neat that dancer looks right over the bridge. Guy dancing right over the top of this river area here. Right over the bridge. Really neat. There's a big old fountain over there around the bend. Let me go take a closer look. Yep, sure enough, there's that fountain I could hear blowing from a distance. Really nice manicured. I really like this street here too. See this? It's usually couples that'll put their lock, you know, on here is to signify that they're together forever. See, like this in M&D, show their love. Look at all these locks that are on here. And then the same thing on this side too, look. That's it, they lock in their love, and then traditionally what they do is they'll throw the key down here. So there's a lot of keys that have been thrown over to lock in their love for each other. And they have these little cruises here that you can take around the river. Different prices here, starting at how far you're going to go on them. Things immediately stand out. The beautiful foliage and all the plants, how neatly this is well manicured and taken care of, along with the sculptures that you'll see on the walk. Another thing, you don't see any homeless people around here at all, sleeping on the benches or dirtying up anything. So Riga, very clean town, safe, feel safe in the park walking. Bicyclists, so it's a fully functional park. Running, walking, bicycling, and boat cruising through the park. Right there you're looking at off in a distance, but this is just outside of Old Town, and check out this big huge statue here, and it's guarded by 2 guards down below. If you could see as I get closer here, really neat. Look at that. Looks almost like a Lady Liberty, but instead of holding up the torch in one hand like the Statue of Liberty, she's got 3 stars in both hands. And this is the backside of that lady holding up the 3 stars. Look at that, all the way up. This is just the start of Riga outside of the Old Town. Look at these buildings. You immediately know it's something different when you enter. Small venture outside of Old Town, and I find real Riga, the city, the thriving city where the businesses are running, and looks nice. I mean, it's got everything that a big city should have, but still the charm of a little city. Look at there, they got buses, electric buses running. This dome here, the Golden Dome. Another angle into the Golden Dome of this church. There's no pictures allowed inside or video, so I'm gonna go check this out. Unfortunately, I'm not able to show pictures. This is unique. Look at the reflection off of that building and then the church. Makes it look like one whole complete church just with the reflection. Check this out. It looks like it's open. So let's see what they got in store here.
This is St. Gertrude's Church. It is a Lutheran church, opened in 1869. The architecture style is Gothic, looking at the high cathedral ceilings and the big, beautiful pipe organ in the back.
Next to the church, I find this classic building. Look at this one. The architecture continues to amaze me here in Riga. One last look at this classic church before I leave it. Another neat looking building here. It looks like a castle with its pointy columns on the outside. Interesting, look at this. Looks like something out of a actual movie or something that you would see. Look at that. Here's a better view of the Russian church from the outside. And then they have this like little steeple up here. Makes it look really neat as well. Look at. Unfortunately, no pictures, video allowed inside, but really a marvel to see if you have a chance. Another old classic building here in Riga. And yet another classic old building. A lot of these buildings, wonder if they were built by the Germans back after World War I, or was this the Russians that built this after they took over after World War II? Yellow building against a nice blue sky, and then you got this gray building right here. Look at that. Another nice thing about Riga, they have these nice big city parks that pop up here in the middle of the town. Really relaxing, comfortable, nice shady trees to rest under, comfortable seating. So even here in Latvia, you may think they're a little bit behind the times. Not so fast, my friend. They got this little guy mowing the lawn here, and he just continuously keeps mowing up and down around, keeping the grounds clean. So Latvia, Riga is moving up when it comes to mowing the lawns right here. Flowers. This is a nice flower arrangement here in this park. You come here, don't be afraid, venture outside of the old town and take a look at the thriving city of Riga, the big city that's actually happening.
So now I'm going to cross over the Daugava River and visit a very unique library, the Riga National Library.
And this is the National Library of Riga. Let me see if it's open. There's lights on in there. Let me go check it out. And this is the front of Latvia's National Library. Pretty nice. Look at this. Kind of a clean look. Check out how high this goes up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 stories high. 6. This is really impressive. Check this out. A whole wall full of books. Look at that. All those books. 1, 2, 3, 4 stories high, just of books. The wall of books. A look at Old Town right there, and then the rail system, the bridge for the train, right there, leading into Riga.
So that concludes my walking tour of Riga. If you'd like to see my other videos on Europe, please click on the link now. Thank you so much for watching.
Never lost Roma with Phil